studio. Hey. The studio. Hey. That's right. Hmm. Get y'all off this studio. Hey, studio. That's how you do me up. Hey, Pooper Stars. It's your girl, Shay Renee, okay? And I want to welcome everybody back to my channel, back to a new show, back to a new episode, okay? This episode number 2. Yeah, shout out to that. Baby, we making our rounds. Oh, yes, Pooper Stars. I said it seems like we coming around that mountain. So shout out to that. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Oh, talk to me. Okay, hold on. Here, what's up with y'all? Good morning. Um, Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. I got motion. Mm, mm, mm. Someone, she don't like it, she could leave. Cause I got motion. I ain't here for the, I'm just here for the cheese. I got motion. And I smell it like, cause it's where I just left. And then shout out to me, I went and got it myself. Oh, that's right. I don't want to, if she ain't got motion, I feel the same way about my woes. Hey y'all. Anyway, it's 2026. Oh my God, that's crazy. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me hold on to your love. I say if you love your girl Shay Renee, period, and you love the content, you love the channel, okay? Hit the damn like. I don't know what else to tell you. But I'm definitely gonna need you to help me get rid of my art, okay? It just is what it is. So shout out to that. Period. That's it. They told me I got more chalk to slang, so here I am. Shout out to that. Like I said, y'all give me 1 second though. I need to put y'all on a brief hold. Hold on. All right, y'all, I'm back. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Scoot up in here like a bumper car and let's go, okay? Period. Yeah. Child, so let's talk. Let's talk that talk with me, baby. Like Rihanna said. Now, so listen. Oh my God. First things first. This is so funny. I'm like, okay, so just yesterday, Tasha K, damn, I ain't got the hold on. Where's the pictures at? Let me see if I got the pictures real quick. Yeah, let me see. Cause yeah, see, it's just small. Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna need to make that smaller, y'all. Hit the like button. Hold on. Yeah, I think that is so clear. Shout out to YouTube, but YouTube be letting me like just do what I gotta do. So shout out to that. It is what it is. Now there it is. There it is. There it is. Walk with. I said, ooh, yesterday. But when I tell you just yesterday, hold on, y'all go ahead and read that real quick. Okay. Yeah. Child, so anyway, Tasha K said, when people lie on me, it doesn't bother me because it's not true. I don't sue over shit that doesn't apply to me or mine. Life is good over here. I don't need a courtroom to validate that. So they can drag my whole family. We're emotionally secure around here. Okay. Yeah, she didn't say that. I just anyway. She said this is my last word on it. We moving on, bigger stories ahead. So anyway, y'all know Tasha K and Cardi B was like, yeah, okay. They got into a little wreck, okay, online, if you will. Y'all know I'm a Texas girl, period. So that's how we talk, you know, like get into a little, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's kind of like a little wreck or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Just like a little, you know, a wreck can be a fight, you know what I'm saying? Or like, yeah, physical or not, okay? Yeah, so y'all keep up, period. Uh, I need y'all to know that learn this Texas slang right quick, okay? It just is what it is. So a wreck can be an argument or a fight, okay? Y'all got it? Period. Shout out to that. Let's continue. So Tasha K and Cardi B getting into a little online wreck, okay? Or whatnot. And so, you know, Cardi B was hollering about the lawyers and stuff like that, because that's what she do. You know, it is what it is. Um, you know, Miss Persica was talking about suing. You know what I'm saying? Which, no surprise, okay? No surprise. Because y'all know we chop it up all the time, okay? Period. And like I be talking about how these folks literally you know, be playing a whole lot of games. Like for instance, Tasha, like I just I just found it really interesting that like how Tasha K be moving, you know, as far as Cardi B goes. And y'all know we talk about it all the time. You know, it's funny. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Nan and the boo boo, bitch. You know, type ish. That's how I feel about it. It's so funny to me. It is. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's like Cardi B must have got. She has to have got it where Tasha K can't speak on her no more. So now Tasha K talk about everything around her. You know what I'm saying? In other words, Tasha K put out a story on her neighbor, you know, or her nanny. And there I said, her man. Yeah. So, you know, I know it's annoying. I know it is, you know, if nothing else. Child, Tasha K is like a rock in Cardi B's shoe. Tasha K is a rock in Cardi B's shoe. Yeah, child, right now. Okay. It just is what it is, child. She's like a little Ned at the bar and cute. And so it's funny. It's really funny. It's entertaining. You know what I'm saying? It's all entertaining for us, right? For me, where it stops being entertaining is when somebody gets hurt. You know. And honestly, that could be physically hurt or just emotionally, you know. I be here for this type of stuff as long as everybody is engaging. But y'all remember how the first go around Cardi B act like she got hurt? Yeah, hurt. Like then you know that's when it's like, yeah, I tap out. But as long as our parties is willingly, you know, ready to go back, forth and forth. Period. Like Leo had said, I wanna see you go. Ha! Period. Like Leo had said, you see? Shout out to that because it's entertaining, child. It ain't nothing but a like a TV show. Yeah. So anyway, child. One of the people's favorite TV show was on, okay? It was on, and the girls was going back and forth. And Cardi B was talking about suing again, right? But she basically told Tasha, like, I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you, little ugly. Yeah, it just is what it is. She was like, you know, and just like a dentist, you know what I'm saying, on a bad tooth, bitch, I'ma fix you. You understand? Yeah. Cardi B said she was ready to go to work just like a mechanic, baby. She said she ready to fix Tasha K ass, you know, once and for all. She said her and her attorney's been having conversations about Tasha, which I believe it. You know what I'm saying? Truth is, like, why wouldn't that be hard to believe? You understand? Like, I can believe that because Tasha been at this for a while. Okay? Period. Truth is. She's just been at this for a while. And so I believe Cardi B when she say that her and her people, okay, been talking about what they gonna do about it, type ish. So she said that, right? And then what I just read to y'all, Tasha K was like, man, I ain't quick to sue, man. I ain't got time for all of that, right? And that is more than she did. Ha! Girl, I said, listen, y'all ain't finna beat me. Yeah, no, I'm gonna eat my oodles and noodles and make sure I'm strong. Period. I'm gonna make sure I'm able to stay strong. Cause y'all, child, y'all be almost taking me out, okay? And yeah, baby, but truth is, Tasha had me laughing just because of the fact that just yesterday she was saying she not gonna do no suing, and then this morning she woke up and she saw something like from another YouTuber, and she was like, you know, basically y'all better quit playing with me, you know, and I liked it. It is what it is. She said, you know, maybe she needs to start suing, you know, or something like that. And anyway, just the backstory on that. Sherelle's World posted something. I don't know what she posted. Truth is, like Fantasia said, baby, I don't. Cause y'all know I'm here, there, everywhere to get the tea. But like, one thing about it, like, I just don't want to be anywhere unnecessarily. Does that make sense? Yeah, I sure hope it do. Anyway, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, but like, yeah, you know, because sometimes I was here, there, everywhere unnecessarily. I'm not, I'm not, a child, I can't explain it, but when the big bucks, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. When the big bucks start rolling in, then we can start detailing, again, like a car wash. Other than that, baby, listen. We just need the surface level. Okay, we need shit on the surface level. So anyway, but Tasha did basically say what the lady posted. She posted some type of lie. Okay. Period. Flat out. Tasha said, I didn't say it over and over and over that something about it being a lie or something like that. But to me, I just found it funny, child. Period. In the discussion. You know what I'm saying? I did. I found it real funny that she had just said, said that she ain't into doing no suing. You know what I'm saying? She don't be doing no suing. Now, yeah, I do know. It's different. It's different. Tasha was basically saying she don't sue for defamation. What this lady did, I think, is something different. I don't know. But I did think it was a funny, child. And y'all know what it remind me of, too? It remind me of when I told y'all I be reporting on them people's social media cleanses. And then they be online. They be running online like, hold up. To me, they be running to the internet, baby, trying to clear that up, okay? Yeah, they be like, I did not say, I am on social media fence, but why is you telling my business? Child, it be so funny. My bonnet. I said, and I wonder when Cardi B tour starts. She getting ready. We're going to be paying attention to that. Yes, ma'am, Pam, for our show segment, Rap Girls. Okay, we're going to be locked in. When it's Cardi B. Let me give a shout out to Ice Spice. I keep giving Ice Spice shouts out over and over again, yeah. Because I can do that, one, you know what I'm saying? But two, it's like I keep leaving shit out. Like I was just talking to y'all about her last night. I think I meant to talk to y'all about her last night. I meant to talk about how child got on it. Child, they show Ice Spice being carried, okay? Carried out the club. I said, ooh, I know that's right. She looked like she had a funky good time for her birthday. So yeah, shout out to her. And shout out to that. It's cap season, baby. Yeah. Shout out to that. and all of us. Now, anyway, what else is going on these internet streets? Let me get my handy dandy note sub. Child, I ain't even take a picture of my handy dandy notes. But that they are though. So shout out to that. Yeah, take a look. Take a look at those, y'all. It's crazy, right? Child, shit getting real. Now, let me just say this. When it comes to Donnie McKirkland being sued by some man, okay, for allegedly being inappropriate with him, I said, oh. Baby, when I tell y'all I was beyond sad, okay? I was beyond saddened by the Donnie McKirkland news, okay? And for everybody who hasn't heard just yet, Donnie McKirkland is allegedly being accused of being inappropriate, okay, with a guy. Let me see. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Give me 1 second. It says, this is sad too. Listen, a lawsuit is accusing gospel singer Donnie McKirkland. Like, that's wow. You know? So when I said I was saddened by the news and I was very extremely disappointed, I was, you know, and that's probably why. Donnie represents Christ. You know, he represents the church. You know, and I say it all the time. I'm extremely grateful, right? That God, you know, placed it on my heart one day, you know what I'm saying? To just realize one day that, like, I'm a part of the church. I'm church folks, you know? I remember when I was young, you used to always hear church folks this and church folks that. Like, now that I realize that I'm a part of the church folks, I dang sure don't talk like that no more, you know? Well, one thing about me though, I never really had a lot of bad interactions with church folks, if I'm being real. You know what I'm saying? But I have had some. I said not a lot, you know? And the ones that I have had, I've spoken on them. You know, it just is what it is. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm happy that, like, I realized that I'm a part of the church, you know, and I'm church folks, you know, because it gave me the opportunity to realize how normal church people are. You understand? It just is what it is. Like, when I was younger, I think I looked at it differently. When I was younger, I think church people was put on pedestals, if you will. Or I don't know. I just think that people just think they have some type of superpowers, or they're not like you, and they are. They're just like you. Okay? That's when I realized. You know what I'm saying? God placed it on my heart. He gave me the opportunity, like, you're church folk. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, it just is what it is. And like, church people struggle. Shoot, they do. I don't care how often they go to church. You know? I don't care how many jobs they take on. You understand? I really don't even care how good the sermon is. The song. They still struggle with stuff. Just like you. Just like me. You understand? Yeah. But, you know, with that being said, you know, it's still, it still makes you, it's still sad, right? You understand what I'm saying? Like, for instance, if you see something happen to a grown-up, an accident, right? You're going to be like, oh, man, you're going to feel bad for them. But if you see it happen to a baby, way more sympathy. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Kids and animals and stuff like that, they get way more sympathy, okay, before adults. To me, same thing with church people. You know, I'm not gonna say they get way more sympathy, but to me, it's way more disappointing, okay, when they do something that we deem that they should know better than. It just is what it is. It's no different than Pastor Bryant, okay, and the dress thing. They're people. They're just people. I just said that church folks are just regular people. You understand? They're just Christians, okay? They're believers. But that doesn't mean that they don't struggle. That don't mean that they don't struggle along their walk. You know, that don't mean that they don't have bumps in the road. But it doesn't matter though. It's still way more disappointing when they have a mishap or something like that. For instance, with the pastor thing, right? With his dress, with her dress, we just wanted him to have way more discernment on the, like, it just is what it is. Like, you know, baby, I do feel like that is a nice looking dress. I feel like it's a nice looking dress on you, but I don't feel like it's right. You know? Or I'll take it a step further. Evidently, he thought it was okay because he said he bought the dress, okay? So fast forward, afterwards, it wasn't nothing wrong with saying, hey, I thought the dress was perfectly fine, but listen, saints, I hear you, I see you, you know, let's move forward from this, right? And then, like, move forward in a way where your wife is just never outside like that again in the public. You know, it just is what it is. But, like, church people make mistakes. They're just human. They're human. You know, it is what it is. But like I said, it is way more disappointing, right? Because you have a little bit more. I don't know. But it's like somebody that don't go to church. It's like, okay. You know, you see them being taken away in handcuffs. It's like, okay. You know. But when you see somebody from the church being taken away in handcuffs, it's a disappointment. You know what I'm saying? It's disappointing. It is. You know? Um, Truth is, because church folks are supposed to have it together just a little bit, if that makes sense. Just even if it's just a little bit more. You understand? Yeah. Truth is. And so that was my initial reaction, you know what I'm saying? When it came to the Donnie McKirkland essay allegations. Um, Donnie, like this article says, he publicly denounced being gay or with another man. Um but now, and let me just say this too. Let me go ahead and get this out the way. Um Another reason why it's so disappointing is because at one point I had went on a spiritual journey, right? And my pooper stars know I talk about it all the time. That was a time for me. One of the best times in my life. I wouldn't change it for nothing. For real, I can almost like get emotional talking about it because it's just like, man, it was just one of the best things I could have ever did for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like God came to me and we had a very, 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 very strong, intimate connection during that time, right? And so during that time, I would listen to gospel music heavy, okay? I would listen to gospel music heavy, and I also would listen to like people on the radio that wasn't from the church though. So Marvin Sapp and Donnie McKirkland for sure. For sure, off the top of my head, I would listen to them a lot. Okay. So during that time, I would hear Donnie talk about, okay, and speak about, you know, what he's overcome. You know. So to hear that he's facing allegations of SA and battery, um, from his formal male personal assistant is just it's disheartening. I mean, it's just like I don't really have a lot of words for it. Does that make sense? But it's so like, man, does that make sense? It's like, I don't know. I guess it's almost like, man, we trusted you. That's how I feel about it. For real. You know, it's crazy. You know, and that's really, really, that's sad. It is. It's really sad because the thing is, some of these people, right? Donnie McKirkland, to be, specific. I feel like he's taken on such a huge role in people's lives. You're into gospel, you know. one of the most precious, what should be protected, you know, genres of music, if you ask me. And like, you know, but again, you're human. All right, you're human. Church folks look just like me and you. Like I said, they look just like us because they are us. We are church folks. It just is what it is. We the new church folks, y'all. And you know, they struggle with different things, but it's sad. It's really sad, you know, because with church people or anyone, actually, when you see people struggling with something, you really want to see them. You know, it's almost like somebody that's been sober. You know, an alcoholic, 2 years sober. You know, and then they have a drink. You know, it's sad. You know, it's you're saddened for them. You know, and you're always happy to see them jump back on, try again. You know, try again, because as a believer, I don't know. To me, you just feel like God. You know, it's God. You know, you feel like you watching them work, right? So, to hear that Donnie McKirkland possibly backslid, no pun intended, for real, into a relationship with a guy is really sad. And I'll take it a step further. It's really even more sad because, um, hold on. I'm trying to read more about the story. Yeah, it's even more sad because you're taking advantage of someone, who is vulnerable. An employee. So anyway, it's a legend though that it happened in sometime it happened in 2012 in Orlando. After some type of training, Donnie allegedly told his ex personal assistant that he needed to talk to him. The assistant was reluctant allegedly, but he ended up agreeing. Um and so he says the man claims that inside the room, Donnie begged him to be with him in an intimate way one last time, and the man said he refused. And then he said he woke up to find Donnie, uh, touching himself and touching the man, I guess, before he forced himself onto the man and did the R word. This is what the ex personal assistant is claiming. And then he said that it happened again in 2013 during a trip to Niagara Falls. This is really sad. It is. It's sad, and it's beyond. I mean, yeah. Even with Donnie's past, right? Um, Even with having the facts about his past and Donnie being so open about, trying to overcome being gay. Um, even with all that, it's like, boy, I don't know. But allegedly this is going way back, way back, way back. And you know, you can't help but wonder, like, why now? You know, why now? But y'all, word on the curb is Donnie McKirkland is being sued, okay, by a former male personal assistant. Sad child. Sad news. But I will say this, Donnie, like, if you really, really, really want to overcome what you really want to overcome, first things first, keep the men from around you. Okay, Mr. Preston Curl? Keep the men from around you. Close your legs to men. Okay? I'm just saying you're going to need to start. Yeah, let's talk about it. I'm just saying you're going to need to start. Okay? Somewhere. Yeah. Truth is. And you know, it's crazy too, because I used to listen to Donnie. Like I said, I would listen to Donnie on the radio. And on the radio, Donnie would always say that he want to meet Pastor, I want to say it was Mike. Is it Mike Brown? I cannot think of Mike's last name. Which y'all know he got a song out right now. He said, God don't play about me. You know, he got music. But I definitely used to find it strange that Donnie would be asking, you know what I'm saying? Like, on the radio. Like, you want to meet this man so bad. And then I'll take it a step further. You're in gospel. He's in gospel. Like, why would you have to do, you know, I always found that a little strange. You know, I mean, it just is what it is. Donnie would be just talking. It was almost like a commercial. So that's why, you know, I would hear it all the time, over and over and over during his show segment. But, you know, I thought it was kind of strange that he would be announcing that he want to meet Pastor, you know, a pastor. I mean, it was weird to me, child. Because, you know, he sings, but he preaches. So I was like, you can't go to his church. You can't, like, it was just weird to me, you know, weird vibes. You know, but like I said, Donnie Wood, he would speak about that every now and then. Like, I want to say Donnie been married before. It seems like that. Because it seemed like I remember him speaking about a woman. Let me see. He definitely, at some point, was with a woman, I think. At some point. Let me see. He has never been married, though. But no, I on the radio I have definitely heard about him. I had definitely heard about him speaking about a woman. And I'm seeing that it said that he definitely dated a woman named Nicole before. And that's crazy, because that's I don't know why. As soon as I said her name, he might have even talked about her. That might be who he used to talk about a lot on the radio. But it is what it is, you know. On the radio, he would definitely talk about how he struggles. You know what I'm saying? With rhymes with his sexuality, okay, if you will. Yeah. So anyway, it's a sad day, you know, for real. It's 2026, and I, you know, apparently, you know, something is, you know, It just is what it is. But I will say this too, though. I got to say this. These situations, right, are like, they're confusing. It just is what it is. They're extremely confusing because it's like this here. One, right, it's like, I think people are quick to believe, quick to judge, okay? Because it's like, I just believe that. Almost like, for instance, for real, true story. Almost like, for instance, the other day, well, even with Donnie, with Tyler, it doesn't matter. Sometimes with certain people, right, they'll be like, the headline will say, Tyler Perry sued by da 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 for essay. In my mind, I'm already thinking, watch it be a man. Do you understand? In my mind, I'm already thinking it's gonna be a man. Yeah. So with that being said, I said all that to say it's almost like people are quick to believe it and quick to judge. You know what I'm saying? Truth is, for real. And I think the reason why, I don't know. Maybe there shouldn't even really be a reason why, But like, don't you find that, like, I can't explain it. It's really even almost hard to what I'm trying to say. But basically, like, it's just like people need to be careful. Does that make sense? So, for instance, you remember how The Game, right, got sued after he had the show with all the women? Same thing. So, for instance, let's say, I'm not going to put a name on it. Because I don't want to do nobody like that. But let's say a man has a show. 12 women come on the show kind of trying to find love. And then 10 years later, one of the women come out and say that the man was inappropriate with them and with her, and she's suing. The audience people, we're not going to be surprised. We're not going to be surprised because, it's like, one, we're going to be like, okay, we remember. I remember that show. And then two is just like, okay, well, they was out there together, so it's possible that it happened. Same thing with Tyler Perry, Donnie McKirkland, and these men that like men. When these men come out and say, hey, woohoo, yoo-hoo, such and such was inappropriate with me, people be quick to believe it and quick to judge. Because, like, y'all, I guess because you're known to be with men. And I'll take it a step further. I hate to, give anyone it's not funny. I really hate to give anybody any ideas, right? You know, I hate to say it for real. Like, I hate to give anybody any ideas, but Lord, you know, child, it's like they gotta learn how to shake some shit, you know, because like right now it's giving off the real. People are gonna believe it, and that is, you know, I really don't know how to feel about that part, you know. Because let's say like if somebody was to go to jail for, I don't know, shit, anything. Let's say somebody went to jail for drunk driving. You know. Let's say a father goes to jail for drunk driving, right? And so now let's say he pulled up to his baby mama house one day trying to get his kids, and she don't want to let him go, and she hop on the phone with everybody talking about, well, I didn't let him go with him because he was drunk. You know what I'm saying? He thought he was gonna drive my kids around drunk, but she lying. You know what I'm saying? She lying. But you know how many people will believe her just because he already been arrested for drunk driving before? Like, that's what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like these people know that, like, oh, I'll play this game. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell them that you are wording me. And it's almost like it's thick. You know? I'll take it a step further. Yeah, because y'all know that's what I like to do here, for real. It's crazy because that's all, it seems like that's all it takes. That's all it takes. So, like, to me, these folks with this money, these folks with this power, like people like Donnie McKirkland and Tyler Perry. First things first, let me just say this. If I was around Donnie McKirkland, I would tell Donnie McKirkland off the rip, keep men from out your face. Okay, Mr. Preston Girl? It just is what it is. All women, everything. Okay? Everything. Let's start there. Okay? Truth is, Mr. Preston Curl, go into the family restroom. I don't even want to see you walk in the men's restroom. Okay? I'm just saying. I said, come on. I'm just saying. You want the truth, you know you got to be able to hand it over here with me. Let's start there. Okay? So Donnie's first mistake is thinking that he could be around other men. You know, God is good, but you ain't got to test them. Yeah, I'm just saying, you ain't got to test them. Not like that. You know? Shouldn't have never had no man personal assistant. Let's start there. And then you mean to tell me you got a male personal assistant like that likes men? See, let me tell you something. Donnie, if I was in Donnie's life, I'm the type of person Donnie would avoid. Okay? Yeah, let's talk about it. He wouldn't even talk to me that much like that. Okay? Because I'd be like, what you watching? He'd be like, Queen's Men or some shit like that, or King's Men or whatever the shit called. And I'd be like, absolutely not. Get you a subscription to Baddies. Get some goddamn Zeus Network going. Okay? Quick. Fast. Mr. Pretzel Girl. I mean, it just is what it is. Sometimes, and like it ain't no different than even when you dealing with anything. You could be dealing with rhymes with rugs, trying to get off of them, trying to lay off of them. You're going to have to be in the house with somebody that's going to stick it to you. You know? Fight you, punch you, slap you, kick you, grab you. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I was just playing, y'all. I am joking. But no, for real, what I mean is you definitely gonna need somebody that's gonna put up a fight for you. You know? Because shit get real, shit's gonna get hard. You know? There's gonna come a time. Like, truth is, y'all, I don't know if I could be a sponsor because, you know, I don't know what I would want to do if my people talking about relapsing. You know, I think off the rip, I wouldn't want to let them go nowhere. You know, but like I was saying, when it comes to Donnie McClurkin, he just needs to be around women. Period. No men. Even when you talking to your phone, make sure you program Siri as a woman. Okay? Siri can't be no goddamn man in your phone, Donnie. Yeah. Truth is. Let's talk about it. Okay? So that's with Donnie, right? And then with Tyler Perry. Okay? I said with Tyler Perry. With Tyler is another one that needs to get his stuff together. It just is what it is. You know, and another thing that a lot of these men need to understand is, as long as you is playing this down low game, you gonna get down low outcomes, okay? So, for real, come on now. Let's talk about it. So here you are trying to keep it on the down low, right? And now it didn't win low. It didn't win low as it can go. Lawsuit. You know, lawsuit. You know, you understand? Now I got something I can dangle over your head. I don't know what these men be telling themselves. I don't. I really don't know what they be telling themselves to make them go ahead and be down with the program. Child, it makes no sense to me. I don't know if they be saying, oh, well, I got the money. I deal with it as it comes. You know? But it's a mess. And it seems like it could be easily, what's the word I'm looking for? Easily fixed. You know? But as far as Tyler Perry goes, Tyler Perry needs to start putting his business first. You know? Like, it is what it is. Like, hold on. Let's talk about it. Tyler Perry allegedly came from nothing. You mean to tell me that you willing to risk it all over nothing? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Okay? None at all. So that's that. If Tyler Perry does have something going on that allegedly, because I don't know. Y'all know I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere to get to see, but I wasn't there. If he had something going on that makes him, that is causing him to get these lawsuits from these men, I think that Tyler Perry needs to address that right away. Right now. Like, he don't even have time. It's an emergency. That is a state of emergency. treat it as such. Rush his ass to the doctor, okay? Yeah. It just is what it is. Immediately seek medical attention. It just is what it is because it makes no sense. Okay? It just is what it is. It's crazy. And I'll take it a step further though. Speaking of medical, y'all know how usually, most of the time, when you go to the doctor usually has an assistant. You know, when you go to the doctor, it's certain things that the doctor don't want to do without an assistant. Okay? Yeah, you follow me? Same thing with Tyler Perry. Same thing with Tyler Perry. He need to act like he doctor, okay? Tyler Perry, when he's having these meetings, and you know, he should be he should be fine. He should be better. Like, quit meeting with these people by yourself. Don't meet with these people by yourself at all. And don't reach out. What happened to my assistant will contact you? The fuck? How's you Tyler Perry but leaving access to all of these nobodies, you know, or these ordinary people? Yeah, that was God was talking about. It makes no sense. Um, these nobodies, and I'm just playing. I'm just joking around. For real, no disrespect to anyone, but for real, these nobody should not be able to contact you directly. The fuck? No. Y'all gotta quit sleeping with the help. For real. Like, pay them people and get the hell on. Like, literally, the industry is starting to be exposed. Okay? They bring good-looking people around. But it's not because the good-looking people around, because the good-looking people around, okay? The good-looking people are there to get pounced on. It just is what it is. They want ya. They want you, but they also want to make some money off of you too, though. Mm-hmm. It's crazy though, but the industry got to do better. You know, you can't hire somebody. You can't hire somebody because in the back of your mind you thinking, I'm gonna have fun with that. You know, that's crazy. I'm just saying, and my people stars know. We have real conversations here all the time. You know, hey, if you get the job, cool. You know, great for you. But at the same time, like, use discernment. You know what I'm saying? Use discernment. If you think your looks helped you get the job, they probably did. And then note it. Note that. Keep that tucked away. You know? Because you never know when you might have to pull that out and, you know, it'll all make sense one day. Sure. But it sucks. Because when people get jobs, they usually are there to do the job. You know? Sure. That's what they want to get paid for. Now, we'll say this. Yes. Do people use their good looks to their advantage? Yes. Every day. But if that's the case, I'm going to need some of you Hollywood scouts to quit scouting. You know, it just is what it is. Quit scouting. If it's going to be a whole bunch of, you know, BS behind it. But again, Tyler Perry, quit dating the help, quit hiring the help. Stop it. Just put a fucking stop to it. You know. And step down from dealing with talent. He shouldn't be dealing with talent at all. Not over the phone. And in person, he should have somebody with him. At all times, you know, we're not playing this game. We're not gonna play this game anymore. Yeah, no, let's talk about it. We're not gonna play this game, and you will not be taking me down. Shit with you. You know? So I can be on your level again. Broken shit. You know, like it makes no sense. Okay? None. And things that make no sense should definitely be called out. And yeah, so shout out to that. And then, so, I'm single again, back on the ground. Child. And so, all my pooper stars, I'm sure y'all heard by now. Because I definitely talked about it last night on last night's show. And if you didn't catch last night's show, go catch it. It's not too late. You can still catch it. It's up now. It was good. It was a Rap Girl segment. We talked about Nicki Minaj being missing. Child, where's Nicki? I talked about Tasha K and Cardi B. Starting they beef up all over again. But, I wonder if they can even talk to each other. What y'all think? If I have to guess, I don't know. I wonder if Tasha, if she wanted to right now, could she? Yeah, that's funny to me. Well, I never thought about that. She Tasha K, and that's Cardi B. Child, that's a mess. But I wonder if Tasha K wanted to right now, because she said, hey, Cardi, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to cause you no harm. It's 2026. I'm going to move on with my life, and I wish you all the best. You know, like I wonder if she can, or do they have it where she can't? She can't talk to Cardi at all. Bitch, don't even look at me. Yeah. Type-ish. That's crazy. I wonder. You know, just wonder. I wonder if maybe they have it where they can't talk to each other. Or maybe, because, you know, Cardi B was the big dog in the lawsuit, you know what I'm saying? So maybe she can. Maybe she can say, oh, you, UGLY, I'm suing you tomorrow, ugly. Maybe she can, but Tasha can't. Child, I do not know. But y'all go check out last night's show. Well, I definitely talked about them too. Now, what else is going on the internet streets? So yeah, single again. Funny Mike and Jalea have broken up. You know, it seemed like I was paying attention to Jalea though. And shoot. I think it's official this time because it seemed like Jalea already got a little spot and everything. I'm sad though. It made me sad. I'm rooting for them too. But I will say this. I would not be surprised if they get back together. One, because they always break up. Well, I won't say they always break up, but this definitely ain't the first time, okay? They be breaking up. Two, I just wouldn't be surprised if they got back together, you know, because like I said, they be doing that. Another thing too, sometimes I think some people be needing a break, if that makes sense. And I honestly, I think it's not Jalea, it's Mike. For real, if I'm being all the way honest, I just feel like, I don't know why, Mike, you know, I don't know. I wonder how long those two been together. You know, because if I really had to just speak on it for real, I would think that the break is more so about Mike than it is Jalea. You know? In other words, I feel like it's more so Mike than it is Jalea. Because, for instance, Jalea is ready to get married. Okay? You don't go from being ready to get married to breaking up. Period. Alright? So my common sense tells me that it's Mike. You know, I'm not gonna call Mike the problem, but I definitely would say Mike is the reason why possibly that they taking a break now. Notice I said possibly because I'm not saying that like that's actual and factual, y'all. Hit the like button, okay? Period. I don't want to do that. You know, cause no, I don't know. Y'all know I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere to get the tea. But like, yeah, no. If I just didn't, you know, if I wasn't there, I just wasn't there. But like, no. If I had to guess, it's Mike. You know, it's all Mike. I'm gonna put all the blame on him. Shit, because some people been together for a long time. They should know, you know, the ins and outs. I honestly think it's Mike. I do. Could I be wrong? Yes, absolutely. Do I think I am? No, I don't. I think Mike isn't ready for what Jalea's ready for. You know, and honestly, I think Jalea is ready for the next step. Um, Now I know people were saying just recently that they was engaged, but I missed that. Yeah, and I'm not, afraid to admit it. I missed the engagement. I did not see Funny Mike and Jalea get engaged. I gotta go back, do my research, and view the ring. Okay. Um, but to me, again, you don't go from that to like, oh, it's over. Okay, because Funny Mike definitely said that they taking a break and co-parenting, and he was just saying that he just, he looked forward to, continuing to take care of his kids. Um, I, I find it sad again, though, y'all. Y'all jump in my comments and let me know what y'all think about the young the young lovers going their separate ways. Again, it makes me sad. I like them together. I want to see them run off into the sunset. Why not? They didn't had out them kids. Shit. Um, but Mike strikes me as somebody that like I don't know. Like I just feel like Jalea was comfortable for him. And Jalea is familiar, you know. But I don't know why. A part of me feels like Mike, I'm not gonna say he has outgrown Jalea, but I think he wants to step back from being a family man, if that makes sense. And I'll take it a step further. Mike, for real, this is what I really think. I think Mike makes me feel like he's still looking, and not necessarily looking for a woman, but he make me feel like he's still out here looking for a funky good time. Okay, and I feel like if Jaleel would just turn her head, then she could have Mike. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Jaleel not going for that. You know, Jaleel is not going for that. So I feel like that's where the dilemma lies. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like Funny Mike, when you look at it, Funny Mike is the only one who really just be like in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like his relationship even lasted longer than DDG's, Shit. Mike was with Jalea before DDG got with Haley. Holly, and Mike was with Jalea after DDG was with Holly. You see what I'm saying? Like, in other words, I just feel like Mike and Jalea just been together. I'm not gonna say too long, cause no, people can make it last forever. Period. Like Keith Sweat said. It's not that, but I definitely feel like they got together so like I can't explain it. It's almost like they probably got together when they was 15 and 16 and they 28, 27 now, you know? And I just feel like Mike probably think that he haven't experienced nothing else. No other woman for real, just Jalea. And in my hearts of our hearts, I think he be wanting to mess with other people. It just is what it is, especially because allegedly, shoot, might be getting caught up. Now, I don't know how true that is because I don't, I used to pay attention to Funny Mike way more back in the day than I do now. But I know I definitely saw something recently where people was trying to call Mike a cheater. Okay? It was basically trying to say that some girl that was coming around him was messing with Mike on the low. And that's annoying. You know what I'm saying? It is. It just is what it is. That to me that would be very, very annoying. But If you ask me though, Mike got something, to me, he got something up his sleeve. He got something that he still wants to do. You know? And I think he was down to drag Jalea along the ride if she was willing to go, but Jalea ain't. You know what I'm saying? She ain't. She just don't want to. It is what it is, and I ain't mad at her. Shit. Yeah. So in my hearts of our hearts, I feel like they basically broke up. Shoot, because Mike got something else he trying to do. Or somebody else, should I say. Somebody else he trying to do. And it is what it is. I think Jalea is like tired of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, in other words, I think she just tired of like trying to make him do right, trying to make him see value in her. You know, um, um, shoot. Basically, I almost shit down there like begging him to be faithful. You know, it just is what it is. Yeah, I think Jalea is getting tired of that. You know what I'm saying? Cause I can only imagine, like, when people be doing stuff, like they don't be quick to tell everybody, but they be telling somebody. You know what I'm saying? So could you imagine he on some, man, I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to go holler at such and such, but I'm trying to figure out how I'm a, you know, shoot Jaleel to the moon type ish. Like, nah, man, don't nobody want to deal with that. You know, don't nobody want to deal with that. Um, and I'm not gonna lie, he come out like he want to do something different, y'all. You know, and like, yeah, when it's like that, Jalea did right, girl. Go on, get out his way. You know, go on, get out his way. Um, you know. So shout out to Jalea, who to me is a strong woman. You know what I'm saying? She a strong woman, and I believe she gonna be okay. Um, you know, and maybe, just maybe, right? When Mike get his stuff together and he go back looking for her, because I think he gonna go back looking for her. You know, I do feel like it's just a matter of time. You know, maybe she'll be available for him like that. You know, but maybe she won't. You know, maybe she won't. Maybe emotionally she just won't be there no more. She'll be over it. She'll be like, you played around and laid around and now you lost me type stuff, you know? You know? Or who knows? By the time Mike get his stuff together, maybe Jaleel been in. I already met another family man. You know? I'm gonna tell you like this. That girl got 3 kids. Her baby daddy is a YouTuber. They always doing something. You know, I just feel like anybody that's paying attention to her know that, like, yeah, you know, you're gonna have to be into family. It's a package deal type ish, you know? So It's gonna be so interesting to see, you know, how it goes. Then who knows? Breakups, they really don't last long at all. Sometimes I won't even say sometimes. I would say most times. Most times, people just cannot deal with it, and they end up taking themselves back home. I told y'all that. Like when it comes to Funny Mike, I know his house be so freaking quiet. He can scream when them people when Jaleel them ain't there. So child, yeah, but word on the curb is Funny Mike and Jaleel are you know, they broken up, y'all, right now. One of our favorite families, right? I know, right? I'm like, damn, Mike. Why you just couldn't hold it down? First it was CJ and them. Now it's y'all. Oh, Lord. Anyway. And so, Ari and Suge. Okay, so Suge said Ari blocked her child. That was so funny to me, though. Yeah, it is. It is. Truth is, like Fantasia just said, that shit was funny. Cause you know, it was funny because Finesse has been trying to start a little beef between them. And Arya's like, man, I don't know them people. I love it. She was like, whoever they are. I love it. I said, clock that. Okay. And my Shamar voice, baby. I loved it. I was like, I don't know who the fuck this nobody is. Y'all quit playing with me. Yeah, truth is, but I told y'all last night, I do think that was some hell of a fire promo, okay? On Finesse end, dog. That was some good ass promo for Finesse. It just is what it is. To me, he trying to, you know, run him a bag by talking about how fine his girl is and how much finer she is than Ari and all of that, you know? I used my comments since I was like, okay, that's promo. Because this man over here talking about he on OF. You know what I'm saying? Trying to pay his bills or whatnot, whatnot. Shy, but I holla thought because Suge said she's blocked. Ah! Ooh, I laughed so ugly. I said, so now she said she don't know you, but she didn't block you. Ooh, that was funny to me. I was like, Ari, why you just... Ari should have just let her keep watching. Shit. I'm just saying. Like Zero said. Keep watching me and you haters gonna see. Yeah, y'all don't wanna fuck around with these cheese. I know that's right. Yeah, she should have let her keep watching. What? I don't know when the last time I blocked somebody. I don't block people. I restrict their ass or whatever it is. I ain't trying to see your shit like that, but you could definitely see mine. Yeah. So shout out to that. Like my mama say, what? You made that up. But anyway, child. So they got a little one-sided beef going on right now. Honestly, I don't think Ari thinking about Suge, Finesse, none of that shit. I feel like, you know, they sitting around trying to start some shit to get them a bag, you know. Keep they shit afloat. Now, oh girl, she probably chilling. You know, it is what it is. Oh girl probably know, you know, hard times. Because she ain't even having no hard times right now. You know, truth is, she up. She up. Finesse. On the other hand, you know, he might be the one worried about a bag. You know what I'm saying? A bag for real. Because I guess, you know, because he used to getting a bag for real, you know? Yeah. Charlie just is what it is. Superstars. But anyway, it's your girl Shay Renee. And I want to welcome y'all to my channel. Okay. This is episode number 2. Okay. It's our second podcast of the year. And this one is, what is it? Oh, the motto. The motto. Y'all give me a second. Give me a second. I need to place y'all on a brief hold. But when I get back, I'll be telling y'all what the motto is. Hold on, 2026. Hold on. how you do me, ho? Yeah. Yeah. Fuck you, man. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Baby. What was I finna tell y'all? Child, I was finna tell y'all. Something. I need to put y'all on a quick hold. Hold on. Hit the like button. YouTube. I'm on the clock. I said, get it, get it, get it, get it. Get it, get it, get it. What else is going on these internet streets? Um, I already said, let me treat you. Yeah, child, she done treated Suge to a block party. Yeah, according to Ari, Suge and Finesse won't be doing the hokey pokey and turning themselves around. That motherfucker, no. She said, no, this one right here, ninja. This one right here, ninja. Yeah. So shout out to that. And then I will say this too, though. I also like the way Ari played Suge. You know what I'm saying? Like she literally played Suge. And yeah, it just is what it is. Like a domino game. She was like, So Ari said some slick shit, right? And then waited for Suge to respond. And what Suge do? She responded. She took the bait. She shouldn't have never did that. She shouldn't have never did that. Period. I wouldn't have. Sure. Yeah. You hear me, Poopasaur? I said I wouldn't have. She should have said that. And cause look. Once she spoke on it, look how Ari played it. Ari was like, man, I don't know them people. And then she blocked Suge. That's crazy, right? Played her, child. Like a motherfucking song. Yeah. I said, ooh. Um, get out that darn Julio. Acting Julio. Hey, that's how you do it, yo. Child. What she say? What she say about it being strict? Hold on. I get straight to business and I'm strict. Judge Judy Ho. Ha! Yes. I get down that down Julio, ankle Julio. That's how you do it. When I that studio. Yeah, she was on that. Yeah, she was on that, y'all. Um, what else is going on while we took a little break to jam some Mona Leo? Shout out to Mona Leo. Mona Leo be on that. Yeah. Child, she did that. I like that. Ah, the only thing is, oh Lord, no, she didn't have old boy in her video. Child, she had yeah, Mona Leo, my bad, Pooh. I'm late to the party, okay, but I'm here now. Yeah. So shout out to that. And y'all know when I like something, I will run it in the ground. Sometimes. So shout out to that. And shout out to Mona Leo. And shout out to Stunner Vegas who just selling his goddamn birthday. Period. Okay. It's cap season. And you better not. And I said you better act like you know. Yeah. Child. So anyway. What else is going on in these internet streets? Not too much of nothing. It ain't been that much going on, y'all. But y'all know I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere for sure to get the tea. And the tea we gonna get. Child. So shout out to that. I wonder if Christian is still wanting the box. Yeah. I wonder if Krishan's still working to be a boxer. I know Clarissa Shields was like, girl. I ain't seen her, y'all. I ain't seen old Krishan. She seemed like she been chilling. Her and Blueface. So shout out to them and shout out to them. Check out last night. Y'all go check out my show last night. I believe that's when I talked about Blueface a little bit. Child, but don't quote me. Because everything is just running together, okay? Period. I told y'all that it's just like a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo these days. Yeah. All of the all of the days, okay? All of the days, all of the weeks, all of the months. Yeah, okay? The truth is, like Fantasia said. So what else is going on these internet streets? DDG. DDG is in Nigeria, y'all. I said, all right, DDG. I just said, all right, DDG. Okay? Um, Please don't F around and find out. Shit. Yeah. You know? I said, please don't F around and find out, Mr. Preston Curl. But now, he made a post though. He made a post, y'all, to his Instagram account. And he was basically saying that, he chilling. What more can I say? Boom, boom, boom. Sean Diddy said he chilling, y'all. He was talking about how safe he feel and whatnot. I told y'all that. So, shout out to him. Like, oh my God, Mama Leo is so tough. Why she tough like that? That's crazy. I'm out there down Julio, acting Julio. Oh. Hey. Bitch, I called your motherfucking phone. That's how you do me, yo. Ooh. Yeah. Child. Mama Leo ain't gotta be that hard. Child. I gotta send her a shout out. Cause I'm late. I'm late to the party, child, but I'm here. So shout out to that. I done got rid of all the apps that keep me up on everything. Yeah. So what else is going on these internet streets? Yeah, like I said, DDG, my boy. That's my boy. Child, he in Nigeria. Oh, I got DDG and I said, take the what and leave the what. Y'all better be careful with that traveling right now because child, if you anything child, if you anything like me, let's talk about it. You don't get zero nothings, okay? About nothing no Donald Trump got going on. Period. Yeah. This is what it is. Like, I don't pay no attention to Trump. And with that being said, though, he got something going on that got people stuck. Yeah, nah, you know they stuck. Like glue. Yeah, y'all playing. Y'all vacation gonna be a long one fucking with Trump, okay? Yeah. I'm telling y'all right now, cause Trump said he tripping with Venezuela right now, okay? It just is what it is. So like people is stuck. Shit. Is DDG stuck? Child, let me check on Moo. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Let me check on Moo, y'all. I gotta make let me see if let me see if he's safe. He done took his ass to Nigeria. It's this other lady too. And it's this other lady that I was telling y'all is stuck in another country. She's still stuck too. Shit. Let me see. I don't know. I really don't know. I can't tell, child. Where is he at? In Lagos? Is that is it Lagos, child? Let me see. Yeah, let me see. Lagos. Where's Lagos? Yeah, period. So shout out to that. It's in Nigeria. It's in Nigeria. I wonder if that's where he at. Try to say he like it's. He said it's like McDonald's. He loving it over there. Free your mind and the rest will follow. Yeah. I said, well, shit. I can't play on no music. I might as well sing to him. Okay. So shout out to that. Y'all know one thing about me, I will like improvise. What? 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 Yeah, like Donna said, fuck you mean? I sure will. I sure motherfucking will. Truth is, like Fantasia said, she be trying to beat me, like Buddy said. So what else is going on these internet streets? Let me see. Let me see. Um, Child, the internet was riding Cam Newton's ass like a horse. Uh, uh, Yesterday. Truth is, I don't know what. I really don't know what Cam said in the interview he did with Ooh, I'm sorry. I told y'all I'm gonna try to quit doing that. Yeah. Listen, I am. Eventually, y'all gonna be like, okay, I see ya. I see ya. I hear ya. I hear ya. So shout out to that because it's my podcast. So we trying something new this year, okay? Yeah, we got 2 shows. I'm all over ya. Period. Like, I remember somebody used to say that in the commercial. Steve Harvey. I think that's what Steve Harvey said. Shout out to Steve Harvey too, who is very, very entertaining, by the way. But yeah, he was interviewed by what's his name? Child, he didn't took a break so long. I forgot his name. And then why would Cam Newton even be sitting down with him? Yeah, y'all know I'm like that. I'm one of them. I will dig deep. So it's best not even, don't tell me shit. Okay? I mean that from the bottom of my soul. Okay? Truth is, like I tell you, say, I mean that. I mean that, baby. I don't like to be played with at all. And I'll take it a step further. I don't like to be lied to either. Just shut the hell up. Period. Just shut the hell up. Don't tell me nothing, Miss Pressa Girl. Okay? Truth is, like Fantasia said, and I'll take it a step further. I'm like, what? I can give it to you. What? You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm not asking nothing that I can't give. I'm a very straight forward, truth telling motherfucker. Okay? Yeah. Truth is. That's why I tell y'all all the time. You want the truth? You know you got to be able to handle it over here with me. Yeah. So shout out to that. I don't want to be lied to. Okay, Craig? Period. You just keep that shit in your chest. Or your ass. You know what I'm saying? Wherever that shit fall out from. Because you ain't even got to lie to me. Yes, y'all know I want the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Don't come over here with no 50%, no 75%, no, don't. Okay? You get the point? Yeah, you get the decimal out your fucking head. Yeah. When you talking to me, you know, okay, I'm telling you, have to get the motherfucker. So I'm telling you fuck with me, you gonna have to reverse your lines. Okay? But anyway, let's continue, y'all. So, it ain't nothing going on. For real, in these internet streets. It don't seem like it. Not today. And it is what it is. That's good. It is what it is, y'all. That's good. It gives us the opportunity to touch some grass, okay? Do some things that we need to do. And I know something I dang sure need to do is work on my resume. Yeah, I sure do. I have to fix. Man, I don't really feel like it though. I don't. But I need to. Like real bad. I just wanna I don't know. Brush up. Is it brush up? No, it's not brush up. But I definitely wanna do some things with my resume. I know the fuck of that. Yeah. Let me see what they talking about. Oh man, Lil Durk. Man, Polar Durk. Man, Polar Durk. And Lil Durk is like everybody's favorite uncle. You know he crazy or whatnot. You just want what's best for him. And you know he gonna act a fool, period, when it's time. So shout out to that and shout out to Lil Durk. He say crazy how you gotta wait until it's dark out to see who really with you. That is crazy. But speaking from experience, like you'll never know, if it's all, if the sun is always shining. So anyway, let's continue on. For real, let me see. Child, hold on, y'all. I'm just here, there, everywhere to get to see. Y'all know it. They saying that Lemmy created a show called Preachers LA. And then said that's why it's a tacky mess. Child, the internet. It definitely is the internet. For real. Now, let me just say this. There was a popular topic on the internet, y'all. Let me see how y'all feel about it. Jump in my comments and let me know what y'all think. Um, so you say you from where? Oh, hey, shout out to you and shout out to that. Where is that? I don't know where that flag is from. I'm not familiar with the flag. Um, I'm not familiar with a lot of flags. Truth is, like I just didn't pay attention to that part in class. But yeah, it was a popular discussion, y'all, right? Hold on, let me charge my stuff. Y'all hold on real quick. Let me charge my stuff. So that was a popular discussion online, okay, or it was a debate, right? Online about like people feeling like if people who basically, should your the people who attend your wedding, somebody was saying that they feel like uh the people whose wedding it is should pay for everything. And I want to know how y'all feel about it. Before I give my take. You know what I'm saying? I think my take might be a little disappointing to people because honestly, like I could see both sides. You know, honestly, I can. Like for instance, if I'm having a wedding, right? Then me, just the person who I am, okay, I'm just saying, I'm just speaking for myself personally, okay, this is my personal opinion. Just the person who I am would want to cover everything, right? Because it's just like that's the type of person that I am, okay? When I do things, I just like for people to show up. I don't necessarily like for them to have to pay for stuff, okay? That's just the type of person that I am. You with me? You get me? Okay. Anyway, let's continue. So like, when now I believe with traditional weddings, right? Because you know, I didn't have a wedding. Um, no. You know, like we went to the courthouse, you know what I'm saying, to get married. So I didn't have a traditional wedding, okay? Okay? So again, I think with traditional weddings, the way it goes is the people are paying for everything, right? They paying for everything. Not really though. But hold on. Let me still try to make my point, child, because it'll take me forever to land it if I don't. So the people pay for everything, but then you know, like your bridesmaids and your matron of honor and your I think it's called your groomsmen and your best man, like all of those people, right? Depending on how many it is, you know, it don't matter. It could be one, it could be two of them, it could be, you know, 8. You know, it could be 16. Because I didn't saw big weddings. For real, I haven't. I saw some big weddings where, like, she had a lot of people on her side and he had just as many on his side, you know? If I had a wedding, my wedding would not be that big. I can tell you right now. Right now, off the rip. So, that's that. But, no, in traditional weddings, the people that stand up there, I'm talking about only the ones who go up there and stuff, right? Right, y'all? Traditionally, I think they pay for themselves. And the only reason I started asking y'all is because I think, like the little flower girl. Now I know they better buy her goddamn dress. I know they better buy her dress and they better buy that little boy tux, you know. But I don't know. You know, you just don't know because weddings they get like that. So anyway, again, let me try to land my point because I keep thinking about this other subject that I want to tell y'all about. And let me just tell y'all, when I say, you know, weddings are weird, they are, you know, because sometimes even I think like sometimes they be having like open bars or not. You know what I'm saying? So in other words, let me get this right. They can have a wedding and you can be at that mother sucker buying your drinks. You know what I'm saying? Shit, Miss Precious girl. And so that's why I said weddings are weird. They are. They are. It just is what it is. Sometimes you gotta come out of your pocket at certain weddings. But anyway, And that's what I was trying to say. With a traditional wedding, right? The people that's standing up there with the bride and the groom, they normally pay for their own stuff. Okay? It is what it is, you know? Like, and it's crazy. It's crazy. It is. It's crazy too because, like, you gotta meet them. You know what I'm saying? So, like, everything is about them. Period, Miss Crescent Curl. Okay, I mean, you don't mean shit. I mean, not like that. You know what I'm saying? But like that, for real. Like, so you gotta show up, you gotta meet them, you gotta get the dress that she wants you to have. He, she, whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? But mind you, because like, yeah, she pick out the dress. 100%. She pick out the dress. She pick out the shoes down there. She down there pick out your whole motherfucking look, but she don't pay for it. You pay for it yourself. Okay? Again, I'm just telling y'all the way it worked, the way it go. And the argument was who should be paying for that. And this lady was saying that she don't think that she should have to pay. And I said, I'm gonna ask my Pooper Stars how they feel about it. Chat, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Jump in my comments and let me know how you feel about it. And like, listen, even though this show is live, it doesn't have to be for you to comment. Okay, I noticed that. Like, where y'all at? But you know, I definitely want to hear from y'all. I want to hear what other people think about it. But again, I'm just gonna go ahead and share my opinion and how I feel about it, right? So again, tradition says that the other people are supposed to pay for it. Me, the person I am, I would want to. Okay? It just is what it is. I would want to. Now I will say this one lady was like, no, she said like basically like if you don't want to pay for your stuff, just decline. Simple. You know? But I don't think it's that simple really. I don't. Because I think that can like start a whole nother problem, you know, for the person. Like, let's say, I want my sister to be my bridesmaid, but she don't want to pay for her stuff. And so she declines and says, okay, sister, I love you. I'm gonna come support you on your day, but I'm just gonna sit in the audience. You know what I'm saying? Like that would put me in a tough spot. Cause then it's like, well, sister, who's gonna stand next to me? Bitch. Bitch. Is you for real? You know what I'm saying? Type ish. So it's like, no. To simply decline because you don't want to pay for it, to me, isn't the answer either. You know? If it was me, I would just buy my stuff. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. No problem. No problem. Okie dokie. Because like I said, we already got it established, right? That in traditional weddings, that's just what people do. All right. It's to me, it's just like a way of saying, girl, I love you, no problem. You know? To me, it's a way of like stepping up, right? When you called up on. You know, like showing up, you know, when you're needed. It just is what it is. But like I don't, for real, I don't see a problem either way. I don't. So that's why I said I think my opinion is going to be kind of like, you know, disappointing to some people. Because truth is, like Fantasia said, I don't see a problem either way. You know? Now, I will say this. I am the type of person that would just want to cover it. That's just me. That's just how I am. But I will say this. I know that weddings can get expensive too, so that don't mean I'm going to cover it. You understand, Miss Preston Girl? But still, You know, I get it. But it was a whole big debate about whether the people whose wedding it is should be paying for everything, or, you know, is it appropriate for the people to have to pay for their stuff themselves. Now, I will say this though. I don't know why they would want people to have to pay for they stuff themselves. To me, that's a weird rule. You know? So even though it's tradition, to me that doesn't make it right. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? So, like, in other words, it's been tradition to put up a Christmas tree every year. But if you decide not to, I can understand that. You know, like, if you feel like you want to do something different, you know, so that's why I say I don't mind people who want to fork it all. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, forking it all is really what should be taking place. You know, that's just how I feel about it. But does that mean that I'm going to be like, I don't want to be in somebody's wedding because I don't want to pay for my stuff? Absolutely not. You know, that's crazy to me, you know. Shoot, is the person worth a piece of material and a high heel or no, bitch? You know, like that's what it's gonna boil down to. So as long as you ain't trying to have me buy no, you know, dress shit with 4 digits, we good. You know? Nah, shit. You know, you get to being too specific and want me to spend all this money, then, you know. But I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I can understand the people feeling like the people should be paying for every damn thing. Okay, I get that 100%. I do. But even though I can understand where they coming from, that doesn't mean that like I'm gonna make a stink about it. Does that make sense? Oh, and I'll take it a step further. I said, I damn sure wouldn't tell the person, you know what I'm saying? Now that's crazy. That is just crazy. But yeah, I get it. Like that is just that is one rule that is kinda, you know, to me, um, is, you know, just a little strange, you know? It just is what it is. That is. That's you know. That's a little strange, but a wedding is a celebration, right? So I was gonna say I think, but no, for real, it's a celebration for you. We celebrating you. It's no different than a birthday party. It's no different than okay. I know that's right. Well, shout out to that and shout out to you too. I hope you have an amazing stream. Okay, I appreciate that. I sure do. Um, but when it comes to I don't know. When it comes to stuff like that, I just feel like you want to show up. You know, you really do. You want to show up for your people. You know what I'm saying? Um, Yeah, but I will say, what I was trying to say though, it's a celebration. You know what I'm saying? So, when we go to birthday parties, we show up for stuff with the people. I mean, for the people. You know, when we go to graduations, we show up with a little something. Uh, so it's no different. It really is. It's no different. And I guess, you know, when you go to weddings, you usually don't show up in empty-handed either. You know, you give people stuff. You give the couple something. You know, that's how it goes. Usually it's something they both can use. You know what I'm saying? Or you can do separate gifts. However y'all decide to do it. It's all good. I promise you it is. But anyway, so to me, you buy your own tuxedo or her having to buy her own dress, you know, to me, I guess, right? You can look at it like it's just another gift, you know, to the couple, for the couple. Even though it's your tuxedo to have, it's your dress to have, you know, you can still look at, you know, that to me, I would say, if you having a hard time wanting to pay for the shit yourself, like that's one way you can look at it though. You can look at it like, you know, hey, you know, like, hey, you know, my friend or my coworker or my colleague or my cousin or, you know, whoever, it's worth, you know, worth this cash. Worth me being there, you know, showing up for them on their big day. It just is what it is. Like, yeah. That's how you gonna I don't know. I would say that's probably how you gonna wanna think about it, view it, or something, you know what I'm saying? Something. So you know, to get with the program. Yeah, you know. Cause child, even though, like, I understand what they're saying 100%. I think it's crazy. I do. I don't understand. It's like throwing a party. You know, it's like throwing a party. You're gonna pay for everything at the party, but then you're gonna tell your friends, I mean your guests, to show up with balloons or, you know, or bring this or bring that. It's like, this is your freaking party. Shit, I didn't want to have your party. I actually want to stay at home and do me a facial and have a spa day inside. Shit. Miss Pressing Curl, you know? You didn't call me over here to your damn party. And I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Because somebody told me, and shout out to that somebody, you know who you are. Yeah. Hold on, girl. No, for real. She has said, and ever since she said it, I don't know how true it is, so I don't know. I said just, but to me it made sense. You know what I'm saying? So I just ran with it, and like, yeah, I like, you know, I live my life by it, and it's like, she said, if you're having a party, right? That means you pay for everything. Everything. All your guests have to do is show up. Okay? Period. That's a party. But she said, if you have a get together, okay? If you call it a get together or a kickback, all right? Or, you know, whatever other little celebration words, you know, shindig, whatever, all these little things that people be calling stuff, right? Then that's when it's okay to be like, hey, can you bring some chips? Can you bring some dips? Can you bring some liquors? Can you bring some juice and some, you get me? You get where I'm going with it? Yeah. So please, like, yeah, let's go. Let's talk about it. So with that being said, like if you having a party, to me, you supposed to be taking care of things. Your people just to me supposed to be able to just show up and celebrate. But like, I don't know. I guess a wedding wouldn't necessarily be um categorized as a party. Maybe they want to categorize it more as a get together or a gathering or something like that, because you damn sure be having to pay for stuff sometimes at weddings, you know. And I'm not saying it like it's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying that I understand how people could feel like, you know, that's weird. You know what I'm saying? Like when they hear for the first time that they might have to buy their own dress and stuff like that. You know, that could be really surprisingly shocking for a lot of people. I don't even think a lot of people know that. Um, you know, truth is, like Fantasia said, I don't think a lot of people know. Shoot. When you ask to be part of the wedding that you gotta pay for your own stuff. And again, I know it's tradition and it is what it is. So yeah, anybody that gotta, you know, think about it or they gotta fuss about it or whatever like that, hey, I just feel like sometimes when you can't change stuff, you can try to look at it different. So yeah, I would advise you, okay, you got an issue with it, to just look at it more like just like a gift. You know what I'm saying? A gift to your loved one. Yeah, because that's dang sure the way it is. I can tell y'all that right now. So shout out to that. Anyway, Boop Stars, this is the part of the show where I'm gonna take me a quick. I'm gonna put y'all on a brief little hold. Hold on. It's the God in me. Hey, it's the God in me. Oh, that's right. You think I'm so fresh. You think I'm so. Hey, what is it? last, because I know y'all see it. It's right there on the screen. So y'all see, I was talking about Lotto. I was supposed to talk about Lotto today. No, I did right. I talked about Lotto last night. Shout out to that. I sure did. Cause if you missed my show Rap Girls and you want to hear me talk about everything going on in the Rap Girl world, then you gotta click on last night's show. Okay, I did an official show where I did talk about Lotto. So shout out to that. I talked about Lotto, and how I think Lotto might be pregnant. Truth is, like Fantasia said, I think Lotto might be pregnant. I sure do. I mean, they've been saying it, but like it's starting to make even more sense now that she's been on the social media cleanse. And I thought about it yesterday. I said, where's Lotto? And I said, child, Lotto is somewhere enjoying her pregnancy in peace, child. And I said, if that ain't a Capricorn for y'all, I don't know what is. Yeah. So shout out to that and shout out to Lotto. That's who Clarissa Shields could learn something from. Yeah, truth is. But sadly, while Clarissa's been on the come up, right? Lotto been sitting down. Truth is, like Fantasia said. But while she, try to be all up on the Cardi B. Yeah. For whatever reason. She needs to be, trying to hang out with Lotto. Because she could learn a thing or two with Lotto. You know what I'm saying? She can get over there with Lotto and realize, oh, okay, Papoose don't have to be, this relationship with Papoose don't have to be my whole identity because, I am Clarissa Shields after all, Miss Pressa Girl, Truth is, yeah, you want the truth, you got to be able to handle it over here with me. I really think, that could do her some good. Child, but who am I? I'm just Shay Renee, period. A content creator, aka an artist. And I'm just here to sell my art, child. I ain't no storyteller. Yeah, I said I'm just like Dr. Shay Renee. I'm here to deliver. Hit the like button. Help me sell my art. Ooh, child. Baby, I'm just here to slang my child. Okay? Clock in or clock out. Yeah. That's what had happened was. But anyway, shout out to Lotto because this is the thing. Only time will tell, right? Only time will tell. And like I was saying last night about Lotto too. Ooh, Lotto must be pregnant. Allegedly. I don't know. But like for real, because she didn't even want to, like I was saying, she posted some pictures on her birthday and she didn't even want to like show herself like for real, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, please. Lotto could have did like glamour shots and let us see her fucking head at least. No. No, that's why I said, y'all. Lotto said she ain't finna do all that motherfucking work. Okay, to hide her stomach. Yeah, so anyway, shout out to Lotto and little Lotto, who I personally think is bacon. Because I already told y'all that. Y'all know we talk about a lot. Yeah, so shout out to that. And one thing we always talk about is the women in rap. Because we got a show segment called Rap Girls. So shout out to that. And like, on Rap Girls, I always talk about how Lotto talks like she wanted a baby. She did. She did. She used to be beefing with 21 Savage to me, if you ask me. But she was ready to have a baby. So, if she was to pop back out without a baby, I would be really, really surprised. I'd be really shocked. And let me take it a step further, though. That wouldn't mean that she wasn't pregnant either, though. I gotta just put that out there, But, child, truth is, if you want to get in here, you better come and talk that talk with me, because I'm about to run in a minute. Yeah. Miss Pressing Girl got things to do. Truth is, like Fantasia said, look, I'm acting like Blueface. What Blueface say? I got about 10 more minutes. He said, I feel like I'm talking to myself. That shit was so funny to me, y'all. Hilarious. But I will say this. I definitely think Blueface, yeah, I got about 17 more minutes. Period. So shout out to that. Y'all get up in here. Swing up in here like a bumper car. Hit the damn like. And politic. This is the time. It's politicking out. Yeah, so shout out to that. But like I was saying, yeah, my bad. My bad. I told y'all. Oh, I'm gonna get my shit together. Oh, I said, One day, y'all gonna click on it. Y'all ain't gonna be able to hear no background noise. It's just gonna be me, y'all. I'm just saying, just one day, Miss Pressing Girl. Let me get it together. I said, let me get it together. I'm gonna get it together. Period. This is just day 2 of our podcast. Of me actually taking it serious. And let me tell y'all something. So the motto for 2026 is no stress. Okay? Now let me tell y'all something. I really wanted to change it because the motto for me last year was no stress. You know what I'm saying? And so, hey, I did good. I did good. But the reason why I wanted to bring it back is because last year I did it quietly by myself. This year I'm bringing y'all on board with me, period. So shout out to that. I said, I'm telling y'all we're going places. And I keep telling y'all we're going to go together. So shout out to that. Yeah. And with that being said, this time I wanted to bring y'all along with me. So this and this year I actually want to apply it way more than I did last year, because the truth of the matter is, even though I told myself no stress last year, stuff was still getting to me. This year, it's like my second year at it, so I'm not really playing. And I won't even say, because I feel like I adopted that last year, but I don't feel like I did it for a full year. That's why I decided to bring it back. Truth is. And I also decided to bring y'all on board, okay, with me this time. It's not a game. Okay, it's not a game. It's Press Girl. Like I tell you that right now. Yeah, so shout out to that. But like the motto this year, y'all, is no stress. And that means exactly what it means. Okay? Like it's something that you're going to have to practice. It is what it is. Shit. I wouldn't be surprised if that be one of your mottos for 2026. And then in 2027, you see yourself still, you know, working on it. You know, or should I say living by it, you know? It is what it is. But like shout out to everybody who is going to join me for that 2026. But the 2026 motto is definitely no stress. Okay? None at all. Yeah. So shout out to that. I just had to make sure I let y'all know. Okay? That's what the motto is. It's just listen, it means just like it says. You know what I'm saying? Just like it says. No stress. You know? So when you get that phone call or you get that situation, you know, you gotta remember. And you're gonna have to talk yourself through it. And you're gonna have to, you know, get yourself through it. All right? But most importantly, you're gonna have to remind yourself that this is no stress. You know what I'm saying? I'm not letting it stress me out. Okay? It just is what it is. Period. Like, that's what I tell myself all the time. You know, period. Like, it's a constant reminder. I constantly remind myself that, like, no, Miss Preston Girl, you can't do that, and you not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally. And I find my ass something else to do. Okay? Something a little bit more safe. So, shout out to that, because, like, you know, it's no good. Like, stress is no good, okay, for nobody. So anyway, child, it was funny when Blueface was saying that, but then I love how he came back over the top and he was like, but I'm starting to like it. You know what I'm saying? He definitely said he's starting to like streaming. So shout out to that. I was here for that. I loved it. I was like, hey, well, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? He went from like looking at the time to like, but I like it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to that. He did. He said he's starting to like it. And he said he's starting to like it, and he said, when he's bored, he just hop on. You know what I'm saying? He said when he's bored, he'll just get on. So shout out to Blueface and shout out to that. Listen, I feel like all of this is really what you make it. You know what I'm saying? Truth is, like Fantasia said. It is. It is. But I don't know it all. I can tell you that right now. But, you know, one thing I know, two things for sure. This year, the motto is going to be no stress. Period. None. None, Miss Preston Curl. You hear me? Uno. No. I mean, goose egg, okay? A big old goose egg. Period. 2026, you can't afford stress. It's too expensive. You know? It's like whatever you feel like is too expensive for you right now. That's what it's like. I don't know what it is. Hell, it could be anything. Anything. You name it. If it's gonna cost you too goddamn much, well, the same thing with stress. You might as well put stress right up there beside it. Shit. Yeah. So shout out to that. I don't know everything, but I know that's right. Okay. Yeah. I'm still here. Y'all know I like to leave y'all hanging. Ha! Yeah. It just is what it is. Y'all know I like to leave y'all, make y'all mind wander. Mm-hmm. Baby, but I'm still here. I'm like Blueface, I got about 10 more minutes. Yeah. So, like, if you want to join me, you better scoot up. You and your homies. You better scoot up, child. Don't forget to bring your mama with you. Ha! Period. Because the mamas love your girl Shay Renee. Period. The people do. Let's talk about it. The people do, baby. The people be looking for your girl. Truth is, like Fantasia said, so I couldn't even quit going live if I wanted to, baby. The people will miss me, okay? Miss Present Girl. Child. Yes, and I love you all. Yeah. Truth is, like Fantasia said, I especially love y'all for loving me. Child, and as y'all can tell, y'all hear that? Not that. Not that. That. Ooh, shout out to the studio being quiet. Just like we like it. I know that's right. Period, Pooper Stars. It's your girl, Shay Renee, and I'm back. I'm back. I'm motherfucking back. I'm in the building. Period. I know they don't like it. I know they can't stand it. I know they wish I just stopped. Yeah. Yeah. These niggas thought I fell off. Well, it turns off, I went off. And you wouldn't pop a shell off. Ha! Yeah. Child, and the truth of the matter is the people want me. The people want me. The people want me. Okay? Yeah. Truth is, baby, I am in high demand. What you mean? Like, what you mean? Child, you don't want them problems. You don't want no problem. Like Miss Scrappy said, child. Truth is, child, my people will have a problem if I don't get in these internet, show up here. Period. After being in these internet streets. Listen, let me tell you something. My people know I be in these internet streets. What? Yes, ma'am. Child, they will have it. Okay? Yeah, if they don't see me. Child, I better not come up missing. Yeah. Baby, I'm in high demand, okay? It's 2026 and the people is looking. You hear me? So, child. Truth is, like Fantasia said, so like, yeah, nah, I can't play with it. Okay? Like Lola Brooks said, I ain't gonna be able to play with it. Baby. I ain't gonna be able to play with it. Okay? Because my people, all right, they looking for me. Hey, they looking for me. They looking for me. They looking out for me. Yeah, let's talk about it. They rooting. They in support. And baby, I'm in demand. Fuck I look like. I said the fuck? Like my mama would say, you made that up. Yeah. Shout out to my mama. That's my girl. Okay? Period. You better know it. That's my girl. Yeah. Child. Yes, my mama would say, yeah, girl. You made that up. Ha! Baby, yes. I am in high demand, okay? Like Lil Scrappy said, if you don't want no problem, ha! Period. Not behind this one here. I said this one here, ninja. This one right here, ninja. Ah! Yeah, baby, not her. I said not her. Child, yes. That remind me of a long time ago. Child. When my show's executive producer had to come. And child, he had to, yeah. What? Yeah, I'm telling you, just act just like a Nike employee came to check something. Yeah, he said, you see this one right here, ninja? You see this one right here, ninja? No. Yeah. Like old girl said, clear the way. Shit. When you see this one here. Yeah, when you see this one here. Yeah, Shay Renee. So shout out to that. And shout out to my Pooper Stars. I love you all. Y'all know that. And I especially love y'all for loving me. And I'm going to keep showing up. Period. And I'm going to keep showing up. Yeah. Because I know that's what the people want. You hear me? Do you hear me? Straight like that. Yeah. Straight like that. Child, don't listen. If I told you how to do it, don't go right, don't go left. But I said straight. Yeah. So shout out to that. But anyway, I just felt like cutting up with y'all before I get out of here. Child, truth is, like that Tasha said, I don't want to leave. Oh, but I gotta go right now. Yeah, so shout out to that. Hold on. Child, let me look at these handy dandy notes again. Did we go over everything? Because I don't give up about a, and I don't give up about a bit. For real. I'm ready to, for real. Hey. Got a family to feed, Child, why my kids used to sing that? Oh, Lord, I used to love that little dance on there. Child, I bet you my kids would be like, oh, hush. Child, I used to play that little song. I like that song. But what happened to them, though? I ain't seen them since. I ain't seen them since my kids pressed play. For all I know, maybe he out here still rocking it. Tick-tocking and rocking around the Christmas tree, y'all. But anyway, Pooper Stars, it's your girl, Shay Renee. I had a funky good time. I always do. Child, I be having so much fun with y'all. Usually when I go, I'm not necessarily always ready. Like right now, I was ready, but then I changed my mind. Child, I went from, I'm done, I'm good, let me go relax, to, no, fuck that. Yeah, truth is, yeah, it be like that sometimes, but, let me see. Let me think. Hold on, y'all. I said, hold on. I said, come and talk to me. Oh, baby, I really wanna meet you. Can I talk to you? Ooh, I really wanna know. I know that's right. Oh, yeah. Shout out to that. I'm getting comfortable, baby. I done threw my jammies on. I done threw my jammies on and I'm ready to jam. And yeah, so shout out to that. Now hold on. Miss Preston girl. Nah. Oh, 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 oh. Mm. Mm. Ooh, child. Come and talk to me. You know what I find funny? Yeah, period. Let me just, well, not funny. Not funny, like hee 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 ha 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 type shit. Yeah, no, not like that. Funny like strange. Okay, follow me. So tell me why, like, ever since, where's Cameron? Has anybody seen Cameron? Child, I can't hear him. Can I buy a vowel? I mean, I don't know. Is his season over? Child, I've been trying to figure out this podcast ish. Let's start there. Yeah, I said let's just start there. Apparently, it got seasons. How the man look? It's always something. I don't know. Ours might. I can tell you right now though. I can tell you right now though. Ours might run. Uh. Um. What Sheree say? I forgot what Sheree when Sheree said her stuff was coming out. But it just is what it is. Ours might run through the winter, year round. Yeah, it just is what it is. We might, but it is what it is. Y'all know me. Y'all know I will take a break. Mm, mm. Yeah, like the people at the pool. Yeah, in a freaking second. In a freaking second. So shout out to that. Dang, I was about to tell y'all something. Dang, what was I about to tell y'all? I was literally telling y'all something. Oh, look at that. Oh my God, y'all. That don't make no sense. Y'all see that handy dandy note? Are y'all looking at these handy dandy notes? So it was a lot of stuff that I was supposed to talk to y'all about today that I did not talk to y'all about. And like I literally talked, like for instance, we talked about Tyler Perry, but I did not. We talked about Tyler Perry without me knowing that we were supposed to be talking about Tyler Perry. Does that make sense? Like I just literally threw him in there because his situation to me is similar to Donnie's. So shout out to that. Child, look at all of that we need to talk about that I was finna leave and y'all was just finna let me leave, child. Yeah, y'all was just finna let me leave. Y'all so player. I love how player y'all is with me. But like, no, shit. Sometimes I'm gonna need y'all to say, ma'am. Shit, I done waited all this time and you what? Hell no, Miss Preston girl. So anyway, Ekane and Chris, y'all know, like I said, I don't know a lot about Ekane. I don't, cause I'm over here, right? And all I can say is they seem like they've been getting into it. Um, and I was listening to her this morning. She was basically saying they need a break. She basically said they just need a break. Um, Sean, I'm gonna tell you like this, and I'm gonna tell you like this, baby, and I'm gonna tell you like that, baby. From what I see, yeah, I can agree. Okay, yeah, just take a break. It is what it is. Now, you know, mm, um, You know, but okay. Most importantly, I want what's best for E. Kane. You know, I want her to be safe. You know, she's a mother. She got children. I would really, really hate for something to happen to that girl, okay? Yeah, truth is, like Fantasia said, yeah, I don't want to see nothing happen to E. Kane. So whatever E. Kane does, I think she needs to be smart about it. Does that make sense? So by smart, I mean, like right now, she's telling Chris he needs to go back to work. Give him 30 days. You know, give them 30 days to look for a job. You know what I'm saying? Like I would say that's the smarter way to do it versus throwing the pulling the rug from up under him and him crashing out and ready to come, you know, harm you because he don't know how to figure it out. You know, be fair, be smart. Tell him I'm gonna give you some time to figure it out. But like be firm. From here to here is your time, Chris. You know, and then as far as like anything further than that, then you know, I don't really have room to speak on because I don't know their situation like that. Like as far as if she need to pack up and all of that, I don't know. You know, I don't know. Only E. Kane will know that. So anyway, best wishes though. I send my thoughts to their situation. You know, because it's sad. It's really really sad. And it really don't even take all that. It don't. It just take y'all to just learn each other. You know, I like this, I don't like that. You like this, you don't like that. You know, and then come together and be respectful about it. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, yeah, people just make that so hard. You know what I'm saying? And I know, I get it. Been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't done everything that y'all be doing, but you know, I'm a human. And I done lived. So shout out to that. Yeah. But anyway, what else is going on these internet streets? So word on the curb is, according to Tasha K, Papoose owes the IRS like 300 bands. I said, well, damn. A whole lot of people keep saying now who you think paying that, and it's like, yeah, I see where y'all going with it, but like, I definitely see where y'all going with it. Ha! Period. Roger that. You know what I'm saying? I understand what y'all saying, but then too, meanwhile, back at the ranch, I do feel like, I don't know. I feel like you could look at it two ways. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like Clarissa got Pat working. Not saying that he wasn't working before her, because he was. He was doing that little, I always say something little. I hate when I do that. He was doing a radio show. He still do it too. But that's besides the point. The thing is, I feel like she put him in position. Does that make sense? So people can say it's him spending her money all day long, but he working. You know, there's a difference between laying around the house and scratching your ass compared to, you know, having to get up off of it. You know? Like the song say, get up off of that thing. Get up off of that thing. Uh, uh, type is. And so, you know, shit, he working. Pig, you know what I'm saying? They can say what they want to fucking say. He working. And, you know, I'll take it a step further. That, you know, shit, what was I about to say? Oh, God, hold on. Oh yeah, y'all know Cardi B was kind of like trying to, you know, shoot a slug, you know what I'm saying, at Tasha K, you know, by saying like, she basically said you take care of your husband work for you, you know, type ish. And like, I don't know. I don't necessarily look at that like a dig like that. You know, not like that, because what Cardi B fails to realize is a lot of couples work for each other. Like, a lot of couples are in business with each other. And sometimes, Miss Preston Girl, you know, it's just better for legal purposes to hire your spouse. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So to me, I don't know. It didn't, you know, it was supposed to be an insult, but to me, it don't hit like that. Because I feel like that's what a lot of people got going on, you know, in their situations. It just is what it is. Like, a lot of people be having companies where they spouse is listed as employees and stuff like that. You know, it happens all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's very what's the word I'm looking for? It's popular. It's popular as hell. So I just, you know, like I said, it just didn't hit like that. And so yeah, you know, like, and even in Tasha K's situation, like, her husband works. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? You know, truth is, I mean, shit, he doing something, you know, something. I would say, but I don't know. Allegedly, seemingly. Hell, if I'm being real, I thought Tasha K was able to, like, you know, be the talent and not really have to do much of anything else. So, like, I mean, like, what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? What's the problem with him being her employee? He working. He's still working. You know what I'm saying? He should be working outside. He got to work outside of the home for it to be respectful. You know what I'm saying? Or respectable, or like respected. Like, I don't know. But I just didn't get the insult or the dig like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he's still working for his money. You know, he working for his money. So if he working for it, it's hard to say that it's not his. You know, regardless of who paying them or whatnot. Now, I do get it to a certain extent, because as I'm sitting here talking to y'all a little bit, I started thinking about Kandi and Todd, you know, a little more. And so, like, yeah. I think what Cardi B meant is kind of like how people be looking at Todd, you know, and Kandi or whatnot, you know, because I don't know why Todd situation just seems to be just a little bit different to me, you know. I don't know why. It just seems a little bit different. Maybe I'm contradicting myself. Somebody jump in the comments and let me know, you know, if I am, how. But I don't know why Todd's situation just seems different, because it seems like he possibly could be wrong. Could be freaking wrong, though. It seems like he possibly took Kandi's money, right? Some of his marital money, and started a restaurant. And I don't know. In that situation, it does seem like, okay, it's all Kandi's money. Even he working for it, it's all Kandi's money, you know. But like, that's not, as far as we know, that's not Tasha's situation. You know, Tasha, as far as we know, Tasha's husband wasn't at home scratching on his ass when while Tasha was working. And then Tasha came home with a bag and said, let's start a media company. And then they started like that. Like that's, like that. I don't believe that that's Tasha's situation. Because if that was the case, then yeah, I could see how Cardi B could feel like it's all Tasha's money. But I don't think that was the case for them. But I could be wrong. Okay, so it's all alleged, and it's all just assumptions at this point. None of it is actual and factual because I'm just talking. You know what I'm saying? I'm shooting it through there. But like, no. In Tasha's situation, I thought that like her man be working. You know what I'm saying? Like just as much as she do. But actually more. You know? Because it seems like Tasha K just get to run her mouth. Yes, Miss Preston Curl. Okay. Girl, that's the life, ain't it? Now, who wouldn't be mad at a bitch who get paid big bucks to just run her mouth? You know what I'm saying? Child, truth is, like Fantasia said, and like, when you think about it, for real, I guess that's why people couldn't stand Wendy Williams like that, because that's damn sure what they do, Child, they get paid to run it, like Chris Brown said. So anyway, yeah, I could see how that could be annoying, you know what I'm saying, to Cardi B. But at the end of the day, she trying to, kind of like clown Tasha by saying she take care of her husband. I don't think that's the case. Like I don't know why, but I don't see it like that. You know what I'm saying? Because Tasha do works, I think, seemingly, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? If he don't, somebody definitely do. Because Tasha look like she don't do shit but do the talking. You know what I'm saying? Tasha look like she don't do a goddamn thing but the talking. Yeah. So shout out to that. Shout out to her. But like, I don't know why. I feel like, I think she was trying to insult her like that, but I just think it ain't working like that, because to me, that seems like a husband and a wife who have a company together. Okay? Period. Now, Clarissa Shields, I don't necessarily know Clarissa Shields' situation in full, But I will say this. If Papoose started winning records on his own with not one red cent from from Clarissa, then like, shit, to me, he working for whatever is coming through his pockets. You know what I'm saying? Now, that ain't saying that Clarissa don't do nothing for him, but I'm just saying. To me, as long as she didn't give him no money to start the business, you know what I'm saying, then it was kind of smart on Clarissa's behalf, because like I said, Papoose ain't just, child riding around New York, joyriding like a teenager citizen. Shit, he got to get off his ass and on his feet and do some work. So like, I don't know. I don't see nothing wrong with it. So shout out to that. But now listen, word on the curb is, I don't know how much fucking work he been doing, but like they saying that he owed the IRS, a whole lot of. That's so unfortunate. They be getting to the bag. But that taxes stuff, like, child, I done been to the tax office before. Truth is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like, I don't know. I can't explain it, but I will say this. So like, for instance, the tax people can say, that Papoose owe $300,000, right? And then once it's all said and done, once it's all said and done and everything, you know, the smoke clears and he ready to pay, then he really probably only got to pay half of that, or you know. So it just is what it is. But yeah, word on the curb is, Papoose do owe, you know what I'm saying, the IRS a pretty penny. And I'm like, hot damn, the wild, wild west. Yeah, Clarissa then walked up into the motherfucking wild, wild west, child. Yeah. And I know Remy Ma somewhere, like, have it in the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Truth is. And like, you know, we keep wondering, like, what's taking so long? Why they ain't getting married? I mean, why they ain't getting divorced? Why they ain't getting divorced? It be stuff like that sometimes. So maybe that's the hold up. You know, because if Papoose owed $300,000, I could tell you right now. I can tell you in 300,000 ways. I know Remy ain't trying to pay a quarter of that shit. Yeah, you know, truth is, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows if Remy is obligated or not? Because, you know, the IRS probably looking at it like, girl, please, that's damn sure your husband, okay? And he damn sure didn't ring it up by himself, Miss Preston Girl. Truth is, like Fantasia said. But anyway, what else is going on the internet streets? So Kevin Hart allegedly said, no, he sold. They saying that Kevin Hart sold his name, child. I said, now take the what and leave the what. Like, y'all just get on my nerves sometimes. I'm not lying. Man, some of this shit is so, like, ghetto. Like, like, he sold his name to somebody that's gonna turn around and to somebody that he gonna turn around and do business with. I'm like, huh? Okay. So let me tell you something. I done told y'all, I be hearing a lot of things throughout the years that make me just convinced that these people are not nowhere, okay, as rich as they claim to be. Yeah, let's talk about it. No, I'm starting to really feel like in my hearts of our hearts, everything is a lie. Down there, everything be cap, okay? A lot of it is cap. I mean, it gots to be, because there's just no way. You know what I'm saying? My hearts of our hearts, to me, there is just no way some of the stuff that these people be doing. Child, when they said word on the curb is Kevin Hart sold his name, I said, damn, in my Kevin Hart voice. Y'all know how he got that little meme? He say, damn. That's what I said. It's a sad day. It really is. It's a sad day when you really gotta sell anything that like is like something so meaningful to people. You know, like when they sell their catalogs and stuff like that, listen, that's their business. It's theirs. You know, but I find it sad, if I'm being real. I do. I find it really sad when they have to sell stuff like that. I'm not going to say when they have to, because I don't even know if they have to. I find it sad when they sell stuff like that. It just is what it is. There's a difference, right? Like, for instance, let's say LL Cool J sells his stuff. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? LL Cool J, he, you know, been there. He didn't did it all. Type ish. But when y'all say people like Future, you know, Future's still young. And to me, that's like older Smokey Robinson years type stuff, you know? Now, mind you, I don't know the way business work like that, and maybe it would be worth less way than what if they wait. But you would want to. I don't know, just somebody from the outside looking in, thinking they got so much fucking money, you would think that they could just like wait. It's cool. It's sad. Like I tell you one thing, it just the older I get, it just seems less and less real. If that makes sense. Or I'll take it a step further though. It could be real. It could be real as for real. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at our lives and our situation, and when we have money, we definitely spend it. You know? On whatever we feel like we need, whatever we feel like we want. So I guess, I can see that happening for them. I can see thousands and thousands of dollars coming in and thousands of dollars going out, Shit, hell, I guess it seems like a damn scam that Todd set up, if you ask me. It's almost like, for real. I mean, how rich do you really think you'll be if you buying, hell, I don't know, I don't know, but crazy, spending crazy amounts of money on, stupid stuff. Like, how rich you think you gonna be? Shit. If you buying pants for $5,000 and, I mean, just ridiculous. Like, remind you, the Richard Mille watch, they be acting like it's $1 million and stuff like that. Like, come on now. How rich do you really think you gonna be, And that's why I said it seemed like a scam. It almost seemed like a scam. Because it's like the minute you rich, they tell you, oh, no, no. Your Kia driving days are over. You got to go get something that's big, expensive, take a lot of your money. Like, because one thing about me, and it's probably because I came from humble beginnings, but like, I just don't see myself doing it as big as I can, no matter how successful or what level of success I reach. I just don't see that. And maybe it's because, like I said, I come from humble beginnings. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if I grew up in big ass houses and, rolled around and da 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 and da 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 da. But when I grow into, my financial status, overall, like ultimately what it's gonna be, then I probably would strive for those type of things. But like, I don't know, I can't explain it. It ain't gonna take that much for me, regardless. So I don't know. I wonder, I wonder if, like, do they have to? Are they forced to? Or is it just something that they choose to do on their own? Because, it is people out here that, are humble. Like I just saw a post about, now I done seen this post over and over again, but I just saw a post about an NBA player who bought, just a regular home. Like a regular home like you and I would get. I don't know why more of them don't do that. you know. I don't know though. As I'm sitting here thinking about it, I guess if I had to guess, you know, it's probably more so a status thing versus like, so in a regular neighborhood, they might get not stalked, but y'all know the word I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? Like people probably will not quit bothering them. Um, but like if you're rich too, you know, it's the chances of you being at my doorstep when I walk out the door in the morning to leave because you want to get my autograph or take pictures of me, you know, it's going to be more slimmer. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, I feel like when they be getting them big ass houses, they are paying for the lifestyle and the privacy, meaning the houses are probably really far apart. You know, they're built a certain way. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. They're built a certain way. Child, like I told y'all one time I was looking at Diddy house in LA. And Diddy's LA home, man, it's like I forgot what it's called, but like the trees, they are so tall and so close together, like literally, you know. Like when I say you know, that like they were built literally for privacy, to keep people the fuck out of his driveway, out of his yard, from staring at his house, period. You know? So like y'all know that wall Trump was talking about building? Oh yeah, Miss Preston Carol Diddy got a tree wall in front of his fucking LA house. Like the trees are tall. Like extremely tall, y'all. And they look like Christmas trees, if I'm being real. They do. They're similar to Christmas trees. Just side by side. Side by side, you know what I'm saying? Real close and tight together. It obstructs people from is that the word? It stops people from viewing his home. So like yeah, ultimately, as I'm sitting here thinking about it, I would assume that that's what they pay for. They pay for privacy and yeah, that's right. No, seriously, truth is, like Fantasia said, yeah, no, when I think about it, you know, I get it. I get it. You know, they live a certain lifestyle that comes with, when you live a certain lifestyle, you're going to need certain stuff. So, for instance, I feel like they need privacy, like I said, off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Um, a famous person, when a famous person is leaving the club with a one night stand or a hookup or something like that, the last thing they need is their neighbors being able to know and see who they done brought in their house late night to get help with their groceries, you know, type ish. And so I feel like the houses that they live in are built for stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. I feel like they built for people that have those type of lifestyles. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be built in a way where people can't see in like that. They're gonna be built in a way where people can't even access them like that, you know? And it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense. Because like I said, imagine LeBron James living in a neighborhood that I live in. Well, hell, I take that back. I don't like the way that sounds. Yeah, let's keep it moving. Let's say Beyonce living in a neighborhood, a regular neighborhood that we can afford. you would think that like her home probably would get broken into, you know. Now that's not saying that they houses don't get broken into now, but like no. You know what I'm saying? I think if she lived in a degular neighborhood, for sure her house to get broken into. But I mean, I don't know. It's kind of weird saying that because it is Beyonce, and we all know Beyonce will have like security and stuff like that at her house. But you see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going? Like that ain't even nothing that we normally see. We don't see, you know what I'm saying? Like in our everyday lives, we don't see security outside our neighbor's house. Yeah, it's just I can, the more and more I think about it, yeah, it makes sense. It's a scam that was definitely set up because it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. They could still get them people some degular homes, right? But just built differently. Like they built the mansions. They built the mansions for their lifestyle. They could build some degular homes and communities for their lifestyle too. You understand? But no, they just feel like if you're making millions a year, then you can afford a certain type of home, And like, no, ma'am, Miss Preston Curl, if I was a celebrity, like I wouldn't allow them to do me like that. You know what I'm saying? I would find the best neighborhood that I could find, right? That dang, how can I explain it? The best neighborhood that I can find, yeah, that just doesn't cost the arm and a leg, though. You understand? Shoot, I'm just gonna need it to not cost the arm and a leg, though. Shoot, because I feel like that's where they be getting them at. Getting them good, too. Yeah. So, anyway. Shout out to that. Let me see what else is going on these internet streets before I get up out of here. Let's see. Oh, my bad. Back to the handy dandy notes, superstars, my bad. Oh, okay, so that was it. Hold on. Damn, I wonder what that says. Y'all hold on, hang on. Let me try to figure out what that last note is. Hold on. So, oh yeah, that last note said Money Yaya is getting more vocal, and shout out to her and shout out to that. I love it. Listen, you do a huge disservice when you be quiet and stay quiet about things that bother you. It is what it is. Now, should you be voicing everything? No. Some things, absolutely. And I just, to me, Yaya come off like the type of girl that whatever you like, when when it comes to NBA YoungBoy, right? But like lately, no. Shoot, Yaya ain't been playing that. She been way more vocal, you know. Who was it? Hold on. Uh, just recently, she was upset. She spoke out. Shoot. She said, imagine your daddy coming to your city where you live and not coming to visit you. She was annoyed. Shit. And people tried to get on her head about it. And she said, my baby was sad. Okay? It just is what it is. Shoot. And I said, gone, Yaya. It is what it is. Because truth is, what a lot of people fail to realize is, I feel like Jazz, yes, Jazz is his wife. Shout out to her. Shout out to that. Jazz got the spot. But I do feel like before Jazz came along, Yaya had the job. Okay? I feel like if that stuff, see, that's what they say down there. I can't see because of these these what's it called in my way. I can't see because of these, these comments. But it says Money Yaya is getting more vocal. And honestly, I think she had the job. That's right. I do. I think before that stuff happened with her and H-Town, because see, I think they was like, oh, no, Miss Preston Girl, it just is what it is. I don't think that you can get the type of position that Keisha Kaur and Jazz them got being a criminal. Okay? You possibly can't have no background with it or something like that. Truth is, it just is what it is. I feel like, and then another thing too, maybe they felt like she's not emotionally intelligent enough for the job. Okay, it just is what it is. But I do feel like, you say, you talking about my wife? Who, my wife? Who her bitch ass daddy? Who? Yeah. Ha! Yeah, shout out to that. I do feel like Yaya was gonna be the wife. I do. Could I be wrong? Yeah, absolutely, I could. But I don't think I am. I think Yaya, like she kind of had the position before she went ziggity boom in Houston. Okay, it just is what it is. But I will say this: I think Yaya is, coming to terms with that. Cause remind you, I think Yaya knew she had the position too. We just didn't know, right? She did though. And so like now I think she finally coming to terms with the fact that she lost it to Jazz. It just is what it is. Child, she been way more focused. She like, all these people getting engaged and it's just me. So anyway, child, shout out to Yaya though, who's coming around the mountain, okay? It just is what it is. Shout out to her, shout out to that. And then anyway, Poopa Sauce, it's your girl Shay Renee. I want to thank everybody who came through, especially if you hit the like button, especially if you jumped in the comments. Yes, okay. Shout out to you and shout out to that. That is MVP treatment. And I appreciate you all. I love you all. And I especially love y'all for loving me. I will see y'all on my next video. Bye.